The Fantasy Football Heroes and Villains podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Edge Boost enables you to double your bet with no interest. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to get started today. And we're also brought to you by Bird Dogs Shorts. The world's greatest shorts are hooking you up with a free Yeti-style tumbler when you order over at birddogs.com/pool. That's birddogs.com/pool. D-Gens assemble. Welcome to Fantasy Football Heroes and Villains. I, as always, is my co-host and partner, Andrew, the TD King. Rob, how we doing, buddy?
Great, man. Actually, short story. I was in a golf tournament earlier today and almost got my first hole in one. It rolled a little past the hole. I was about 4 feet away, which for some, may seem like that's not exactly close to the hole. But in golf, when you're 185 yards out on a par 3 and you get it within 4 feet, that's pretty good. So almost my first hole in one. Got excited just to be let down. But I did win a sweet little prize for getting it closest to the pin. So it's a good day. Also, ending our segments of Cardio Club the way I started in my Underdog Cardio Club tank, because I am an original member. So here we go. I did see they just released the new merch form out there as well. So if you have done all your Cardio Club 7 drafts or are a returning member, make sure you fill out your form, get your free merch. They have not released what it will be or what the design looks like. So pretty excited, but they did say it'll be a new logo. So yeah, man.
Nice.
Great time.
Nice. Love it. When you were golfing, were you playing best ball?
No, it's scramble.
Oh, okay.
But
is that the same thing?
I'm impressed that it is not, but I'm impressed that you understand another term for golf, best ball.
Yeah, I was in the golfing streets for a minute there as a youngster. So, I've been around the links a little bit, as Bagger Vance once said, you've lost your swing.
Bagger Vance, man. Nice movie reference there. I thought maybe you were going to go with Francis We Met with the greatest game ever played, Shia LaBeouf.
That's another good one. Potentially Shia LaBeouf's best film. I don't know.
It was fantastic. Great film.
I love
a lot of people don't know that was based off of a true story. That's based off of actual events.
Was that dude like down the street from where you live or something like that?
No, but I remember I went to golf college, man. I love golf.
Oh, okay. So that was
college
on the quiz.
For golf and all that. Yeah. So I learned these things. Learned the history of the gentleman's sport they call golf.
All right. Well, we're diving into Best Ball Mania 4. We're going to be making some history of our own. Andrew and I in pursuit of the $3 million, $15 million in prizes. If you haven't checked out Underdog, be sure to head over there. Use promo code SGPN. They'll match your deposit up to $100. So while you're paying for 4 drafts, you can get another 4 free. Andrew, I have my finger on the trigger. I'm going to peek my head into the window or
do it, Lars.
In the door. Let's see what we got here. 3 more. Can you make it?
I'm going to try. Let's see.
2 more.
2 more. That's me, big guy.
All right. We're right. We're
One
good.
more. One
more. All right.
Let's go.
I was a little scared there. All right. I'm going to unlock the old wheel here. I'm going to get the draft on the board. I'm going to be quick because, your boy's drafting. So, I'm probably getting that 101.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Even last night when I did.
As Nelly would say.
I love the 101, except for I don't have it tonight.
I am 103, and you, my man, are 19.
I had 19 last night as well, and I did pretty well from that spot, so I'm feeling good about that. I'm going to get this up on the board here so we can all share in the draft experience. Just need to get it opened and popped up. Any recent news that's been buzzing your best ball brain?
Well, I saw Steph Diggs was back at camp. Looked like he practiced, so I think that's kind of shot down a little bit. Looks like he is with the team, so that's good. Trying to think, man. I don't know. I have golf on the brain. That's all I did all day long. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm trying to think.
I'll tell you what. Josh Allen was buzzing about Mr. Trent Sherfield today, talking him
Sure.
up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, when you need to rely on somebody to be able to catch some passes outside of your top two guys, you better start talking them up a little bit so they think that you like them. I don't know if I buy into all that.
It's like that, Andrew.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I do. I really do think it's going to be like that. Damn it. Do I want to take Hill again? I just took a Hill like the last 2 times. McCaffrey, Cup. Oh,
What are you doing? 103. I know you're not familiar with this territory, Andrew.
Yeah, I'll take Tyreek again. That's fine.
All right, letting the lock loose.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for Buffalo, if you kind of think about it, really, I don't think they're going to have a third guy. I think they're going to have a plethora of guys that make up a third guy. Kincaid, Shakir. I mean, you got just a little bit of everything, right? Like, I don't think that they're going to really establish a third guy unless Hopkins goes there. If Hopkins were to go there, then it's Diggs, Hopkins, and then I think Davis still establishes himself as number 3. But between Knox, Kincaid, some of these wide receivers, it's just going to be a mess at wide receiver 3 there.
That's fair. I mean, you also have James Cook, Dame Harris. What if they make like another low-key move at running back?
Yeah, that's true.
Because neither of those guys feel like someone that can take the bulk. They're going to split probably right down the middle based on their skill set, what they provide to the offense, et cetera. So I could see them adding, I mean, we were talking about Dawson Knox in the last episode. If he, furthered an injury, I'm sure they would also play the tight end game. They'd probably get involved in that too.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. At that point, I think maybe they might just rely on Kincaid and see what they got, right? They used a high draft pick on him. Why not, if Knox is out, let him be your guy and see if he can handle that workload, right? I mean, because if so, then really you have a choice the following year of, do you maybe try to trade Knox? Do you let him go, right? Like, I think, honestly, that's what they should do if Knox were to get injured.
I don't know who their third tight end is off the top of my head, so I don't know who could complement Kincaid as a blocking tight end beside Knox. I don't know the depth chart for their third guy.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that they could add somebody if they wanted somebody to be just a straight up blocker. I did. Speaking of a tight end that probably looks like a massively good blocker, Darnell Washington with the Steelers. We're turning heads the last 2 days here. I just saw today he had 2 really nice grabs for touchdowns. Kenny Pickett was talking him up, saying that, he looks like a great red zone target. And I mean, Camp was buzzing about him. So that's somebody that is really off people's radars. I have him in some of the rookie sophomore drafts I did before the actual NFL draft. But I have not taken him at all in Best Ball Mania. Do you think that that's somebody that maybe we should be semi looking at? Maybe only if you have like a Kenny Pickett stack or, bringing back with the Seahawks for week 17. Do you think that that's a viable option or just no?
I just think that Freiermuth just still has a reliable role in the red zone. That's where he made his bread with Ben Roethlisberger. So I just feel like you're still having to feed, a couple of mouths there. And I think you may see, like some Washington value there. But, I just feel like it's a little bit risky. I mean, if you want to take it with your last pick, I would probably only bring it home if, all right, we'll go. I don't want to go Jonathan Taylor. Duck it. I did Nick Chubb last night, so I'm going to do Saquon today. Switch it up a little bit. Probably will regret it in like 3 rounds when I see what receivers I have, but whatever. It's all good. Differentiate. I still have plenty of Saquon as well, but no, I mean, I think we also just have to consider what Kenny Pickett's going to do. Like I'm maybe a little bit higher on him than some, but I do expect him to take a step forward. I did an article about his passing yardage. He's like at 3150 per the market. That seems like an easy smash. He needs to play in every game and average 3 yards more than he did per game last season. I don't think that's a big ask. So I do think he can get up to maybe 35 plus 100 yards, maybe somewhere between 34 and 37. I think it's really going to be up to the other weapons. I don't think Darnell Washington's really going to have a role unless you probably see an injury. If you saw like a George Pickens or a DJ injury, I think then maybe we could talk about him. Or maybe even like a Najee, just because I don't know what they would do in their red zone, without Najee and Freiermuth.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm surprised Devontae stayed here. I'm gonna take him.
We didn't even talk about Jamar Chase going first in this draft over Justin Jefferson.
Oh, I didn't even take notice, to be honest with you. Oh, wow, interesting. I mean, you know what? That's not really that interesting because they're 1-2, so really it's preference. maybe he's like you. Maybe he got a bazillion 1-1s and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna take Chase this time.
Nah, I still take Justin every time. Us Justins got to stick together, baby.
That's right. Hashtag Team Justin.
Yep, ride or die, baby. Me, him, and Bieber.
Speaking of Washingtons and tight ends, again, beat reporter out of Washington said that the Commanders are going to utilize their tight ends more this year, which does not surprise me, knowing Eric Bieniemy's offense. You know what they just did with Travis Kelce. Not that Washington has anybody on their roster that is anywhere near talented as Travis Kelce, but that doesn't really mean that they won't utilize them in this offense. And I think that there are some people there. Oh, taking Jalen Hurts. Let's go. I think there are a couple guys there. You know, there's Cole Turner. There is Logan Thomas.
Jesse Bates.
Yeah, Bates. Thank you. That was the other guy I was thinking of. I think that those guys can compile to have a good tight end option for them. The problem is in best ball here and regular redraft, and I mean outside of dynasty, really, it's hard to know which one it is. If I had to lay my chips down on somebody right now, I still think it's Logan Thomas, just because he understands he's a very good weapon. When he stays healthy, he's extremely good tight end, and he has the ability to throw the ball because he was a quarterback for Virginia Tech. So I am of the thought process that it will be to start the year, Logan Thomas, until he either gets hurt or, if they feel like he's just a little dusty nowadays, then they might put him one of these other guys. But I really don't know. I can't get a good grip on which one it would be. If I had to guess, I would say it's Bates. But for best ball purposes here, do you think we should be taking any of these guys as last round dart throws with a house stack or correlation at all?
I just got sniped with Calvin Ridley, mother duck. Yes, I do. I mean, I've done it already. I've been doing it in the last 2 rounds. Logan Thomas. I haven't taken any of the other guys though. I haven't taken Jesse Bates or anyone else in that group. Who's the other guy you said?
Turner.
Yeah, I haven't taken any shares of him. I'm getting weird. I took 2 running backs.
See that.
Got to switch it up in the second half. I am drafting BBM4 number 76 this evening. Best ball draft number 112. Don't ever try to flash your DGen card at me, boys. All right. I'm like Wayne and Garth backstage.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I am a DGen card holder. Don't check me, bro.
So for the audio listeners here, if you are listening, thank you, first off. Secondly, quarterback. My team so far made up of quarterback Jalen Hurts, wide receivers Tyreek Hill and Devontae Smith. Justin, what are you working with here?
Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, CeeDee Lamb, and I am up next on the clock.
Okay.
I am probably taking Mr. Drake London.
That is it's a good pick. One of the top 10 guys that led his team in red zone targets per percentage. I think he was in the 28% of his team's red zone targets all went to Drake London.
I lied. I'm taking Jerry Jeudy.
Okay. Also, another guy in the top 10.
Oh, okay then.
Yes, and he was more towards the 36%, I believe.
Any bye weeks yet?
What?
Are you doubled up on any bye weeks yet?
Myself, let's see here. Yes, I'm all week 10. All 3 of my guys week 10.
Are you really? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I have none. So Andrew's all in on the week 10 buys. I have none yet. I'm looking at 13, 6, 7, and 9.
Yep, I'm all week 10.
Do as we say, not as we do, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, you know what? Again, this team, depending on how it plays out the rest of the draft here, probably will not be a team competing, because if I continue to take week 10s, I'm going to take all but a 0 that week. But I don't really focus on that too much. The bye week throws can come after me. It is what it is, right? I'm here to win $3 million. So doesn't truly matter as long as I can make it into the playoffs, So we'll see. Terry, DJ, or Christian Kirk. I like to make a mixture. I like to make a mixture of these guys. If I didn't have Hurts, I might take Kirk, knowing that I could probably get Trevor Lawrence. But do I really want to double up on the? Oh, you know what, man? Maybe I do.
Is Terry.
Maybe I do. Do I just do double? Oh, you know what? Let's try it. Maybe I go double elite quarterbacks. I would say Trevor Lawrence takes that step up to the elite status. I know he's not currently there, I don't think, but let's do it. It was hard to skip over my boy Terry, though.
Davis is letting you have it here in the chat. Appreciate you coming back as always.
Background. What did it say? Go back to it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't see that? I only had it up for like 5 minutes.
I was drafting. Relax there. You just need to have different background when you guys are in triathlons. Oh, yeah, we should. I would love to get Justin. You have a green screen. You should try to get one where it looks like people are riding behind you, like trying to catch you.
I don't know how to get a green screen that's a video. That would be sick. That would be awesome if I just had like, just like in a movie set, how the background is moving and they're sitting in a clearly fake car. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic.
True that. True that.
But then he brought it back home saying, bye weeks matter, bruh. Print the t-shirts. I'm not your bro, friend. Oh. All right. Well, taking a look back at the board here.
Okay, so yeah, I'm currently at Jalen Hurts, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith, Christian Kirk, and TJ Hawkinson. And I saw Davis said bye weeks matter. They do. I agree with you, but since I already started out with 3 bye week 10s, it's probably not a great way to start out. But since it is, might as well embrace it and just not really care about the bye week 10 kind of ordeal. Since I did draft 3 bye week 10s, I have drafted a bye week 9 and a bye week 13. Again, I'm not going to harp on that too much because I usually am more of a stickler for it. But sometimes, just you just play the cards you're dealt. You know what I mean?
Embrace the suck.
Always. Is that Army? Is that
that's Marines? What's his face? Goggins? David Goggins?
Oh, who?
I don't know. He's like some Navy SEAL guy. I just see it on the social media.
SEALs?
Maybe. I don't know. Just something I see on the socials.
Somebody says that. Somebody says embrace the suck. I don't know if it's just like the entire military, maybe. Sorry if anybody's out there and was in the military and I don't know that. That is on me. I will take that.
Just went Mr. Christopher Godwin. So I got Lamb, Judy, Godwin, Barkley, Harris. Feeling good about that. Feeling good.
Nice. Yeah, I know Davis is a Chris Godwin guy, so I'm sure he likes that. What else we got here?
I have more Pittman than Godwin at that ADP, so
I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
All right, I got a nice little reprieve here until I have to. Oh no, I don't. I have 4 picks. Never mind. What am I talking about? I thought I was in my turn.
Yeah. Davis, if you guys are still in the chat, hit us up here. Are you and Hope doing a draft afterwards? I always love double drafting. Go to ours.
They are. I would love to join them right after. They do. They start at 9 Central, so they'll be on right after we get off.
Yep. Love it.
I would love to jump in tonight, but I have further obligations to work.
Damn it.
I know, guys. It looks like all fun and games over here, but there's work to be done before, during, after.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate my bosses paying me to drink beer and ride cardio and
best
ball teams. Yeah, beer, best ball, bikes.
So I was listening to a podcast today talking about some of these wide receivers in this what they refer to as potential wide receiver dead zone. They really had Michael Pittman down the board. Like it would be Lockett, Johnson, Evans, Dotson, Pickens. I think they referenced Tony as well. All of them over Pittman. What do you think about that?
No.
No, so Pittman, they made the case of how many yards do you think Anthony Richardson, if he starts every game, throws for? You think he gets 3,000?
It's a good question. I suppose so. I mean, what Pickett had 2,800 last year with 15 games.
They slotted
14 games.
They slotted Richardson in for 2,800 yards. You think off of that?
I think if he plays every game, he should be over that for sure.
Okay, so you think Michael Pittman could be a 1,000-yard receiver, knowing those stats of what he probably ends up throwing yardage-wise? Because if so, then his target share in that offense is going to be astronomical.
I think his target share is going to be astronomical in the offense. I can't tell you what he's going to bring home on it, but I also have, when I'm drafting Michael Pittman, I'm not putting myself in an exposure situation where he's my second receiver drafted. He's typically my 4th or 5th even. And I was getting a lot of him before a lot of the wide receiver climbs. Like I'm watching him sit right now. We're approaching pick 69. Keep pumping out all that goodness, guys. And yeah, nice. Because I'll keep taking him well after ADP for sure.
And there he goes. Maybe he's listening to the pod here, but
he was where did he go? Let's see. He went wrong. No, that was the right team. Hang on. I want to see where he went see, now I don't like this. The guy took him as his second receiver behind Mike Williams. Like, that doesn't feel safe to me. Having him in a depth position in my wide receiver group does not feel risky to me because I'm only getting, of course, his best weeks. I'm not having to rely on him as a top option. He did go 10 picks after ADP. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. I just don't. So taking him ahead of ADP, probably ill-advised, but I still think the situation can be good. And if people don't believe in Anthony Richardson, I think Gardner Minshew is going to be just fine for Pittman. I think that both of them are still upgrades over than what they've had. And Richardson, like if Pittman's overvalued, then Richardson should be going 6 picks or 6 rankings later. He's going as QB 10.
It's true.
So there can't be the argument, oh yeah, he's going to be QB 10, and Michael Pittman can't be in the conversation for wide receiver 2 or even flirt with wide receiver 1.
Yeah, but Anthony Richardson could be QB 12 because of his legs. Doesn't have to be through the air. That's
if he's QB 12 with his legs, a fair amount of reason to believe that they're going to be in the red zone. They're going to have more scoring opportunities than they did last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but okay, so let's go back to, I'll use RG3 as an example because I watched every single game he played, right? RG3, very, very good fantasy quarterback year 1. What happened? The guys who were deep threats, Pierre Garçon, Deshaun Jackson, those guys ate because they were downfield threats. Michael Pittman is not really that guy. I think that's more Alec Pierce. So I think there's more of a value of taking Alec Pierce because of what they will probably want to do with the big plays downfield. I think Pittman will get his. This isn't a hate Pittman kind of conversation. It's just there's probably guys behind him that have a better ceiling because of the fact of we don't really know what Anthony Richardson's going to be. And I do think he's going to use his legs a lot as Justin Fields just did. Justin Fields was what quarterback? What the hell was he on the year? Quarterback, what? 7? Like he did that with his legs. I mean, we know how many times they didn't throw the ball. What, 350 some odd times? That's absurd.
Also, Bears did not have as good an offensive line. Like the situations are a lot different. I'll also argue that his receiving core is far stronger. Like I think that Michael Pittman, I think what we've seen out of Michael Pittman clearly puts him ahead of Darnell Mooney. That's for certain. Kwame St. Brown, like, come on. Like they had nobody to throw to last season.
That is true, but they do have Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is better than any tight end that the Colts currently have. Come on, man. He's more athletic.
Let's look up who had more touchdowns last year, Jelani Woods or Cole Kmet. I'm interested. I think it's going to be very close. I really don't know. But I bet Jelani Woods had just as many, if not more.
I don't know about that because Mo Cox was there, and I know he had a couple touchdowns.
I'm looking it up right now. I've got the board right in front of me. It shouldn't be difficult.
Cole Kmet had, what, 5 on the year?
Okay, Jelani Woods had 3.
I think Cole Kmet
had 7, so I was
7. Right. Okay, that's you. Wah.
That's fine. I'll eat that one. That's okay. It felt closer, that's for sure, with being a Bears fan.
Oh my god. Hey, have you watched any of the Netflix thing, the quarterback thing with Mahomes, Cousins,
so hard. You know why though?
Yeah, because you like Marcus Mariota.
Yeah,
you weirdo. You do know that they took a elite quarterback, a middle of the pack one, and then a shit one.
I love it. No, I absolutely love the concept. I was watching the trailer, and when it gets to the end, and it's like July 12th, I like threw my phone. Like, that's bullshit. July 12th, get that out of here.
Josh Downs, wide receiver 1, says Mr. Merch God himself, Jake Paquin. I don't know if I go that far. I do think dynasty wise, Josh Downs is a good pick, but best ball, I'm okay stacking him if I get Richardson. I have some teams where I've just taken Josh Downs and don't really have any other part of the Colts offense, but I do feel there's value in Downs a little bit. But I do feel Alec Pierce has a little bit better value, at least this year in best ball. Again, Pittman's fine, but there's guys behind him I'd rather take, but Josh Downs is definitely interesting for sure. How do you feel about that?
I don't mind him. Like you were just saying, downfield threat if you're buying into A-Rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that he can be just as much of a value downfield as Alec Pierce.
Yeah, potentially that's very true. I think Pierce has been there a year. Like I think he's kind of earned that a little bit. Plus,
Yeah,
he was good
he's
last
the
year.
two. No, he's the two
Yeah.
for sure. He's the two for sure. But in that, you have a more of a slot guy in Downs that can, collect a lower A dot, higher A dot, has that speed.
Mm-hmm.
Won me some good money as a heel. Nice.
It's always a friend of mine when a guy makes another DGen money. So
It's true.
like that. Def agree with the dynasty. Yeah, I say dynasty take. I think Josh Downs is very, very interesting, especially if Anthony Richardson does become any sort of a good quarterback.
So my running backs, I'm looking at Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, Rashad White. Receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks. In that conversation, by the way, Deontay Johnson, I'm taking every time I can over Michael Pittman still.
Mm-hmm.
But you also know that I've taken both of them in a lot of drafts because it's just been that easy. But Deontay, I've moved him up like 18, 19 spots versus the ADP in my rankings. Like, yeah, I'll easily take him over a ton of people, but I don't need to because he'll sit and fall. And because I have so much of him, I can continuously play that waiting game. I don't have to overly commit to him. And It doesn't seem like I will have to do the same with Michael Pittman, but I did have a good amount of shares of Anthony Richardson. And when I got him, I made sure I got Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple.
Fantasy Football Garage checking in. What's up, homie? How are you? He said, did you all fire off on the Golden? Have not yet. We are in a BBM draft due to the fact of you have to do BBM when you're doing Underdog Cardio Club. So it's currently what we're doing, but I have not fired off on that. I think I might. That's the one where you can only put one entry in, right? I believe.
Best ball mania or broke for me, bud. Sorry. I was just warming up with the big board.
Yeah, I threw out there today because they had asked Hayden Winks had asked about like some interesting ideas for drafts for them for contest. I threw out a guillotine league. I think that would be fun. Where the person who's at the bottom. Oh shit, I'm on the clock. Oh boy.
Oh no.
You know what? No, I'll just go with the stack. Take Evan Ingram. Yes, we are behind on that again, huh? Yeah. So I think that's what the Golden is here. But let's see. So you were talking about Deontay Johnson, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a guy I would double down on. And our partners over at Edge Boost have the same idea about doubling down. Edge Boost is supported this episode as well as other episodes that we have. Edge Boost is the world's first bet now, pay later Visa card. Edge currently offers up to $2,500 in betting advances, which can be an extremely valuable tool. Imagine what you can do with an increased bankroll. Get down on some of your favorite futures without tying up your bankroll for months. Double down on a favorite bet you like, or even use to create an awesome middle or even hedge. Oh, so gross. Edge Boost isn't some sleazy loan shark, as they charge 0 interest. Do you know of any way you can access more money to place on your favorite bets without paying any interest? I don't. Edge Boost can also be a part of your responsible gambling plan, as you can set up daily, weekly, and monthly limits across all your betting accounts in one place. Support SGPN and grow your bank account by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge to sign up. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/edge. Must be 21 years or older to use. Problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I thought I was about to get sniped on Dak Prescott. I'm very happy that I didn't.
Oh, man. Yeah, what would you do living without Dak Prescott?
With my CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks shares. Yeah, what would I do?
I guess it. I'll allow it, even though, that's the Cowboys.
And I got him after ADP still. But there was a quick run on QBs right before me. Anthony Richardson went, Tua Tagovailoa went, and that just left Dak on the board for me. But luckily, the guy ahead of me took Zach Charbonnet, but he had no correlation, so I was in a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
I still would have been mad. Like I was sitting on him, Like
yeah. So for the audio listeners, update here. We are in round 9, currently going to 10. I have Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence. Different bye weeks, by the way, in case you're wondering. Running back, sole running back, Damian the Tank Pierce. Wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith, Christian Kirk, Jameson Williams. Tight ends, TJ Hawkinson and Evan Ingram. So I have doubled up on QBs and tight ends already. Kind of looking at it, feels a little gross because my wide receiver room is going to be a little shitty. Plus, I do have a shit ton of people on bye weeks 10 and 9. So right now we need to right the strip a little bit better.
Yeah, I have a good amount of exposure now to week 7. Of course, the Cowboys that I drafted, and then I just grabbed Allen Lazard as well, who has a week 7. So I have Dak Prescott, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, Rashad White, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, and Allen Lazard. Brought up Rashad White here a few times now. Wanted to ask you about what your thoughts are about that running back room. Do you think that they're going to add somebody? It feels like that. You don't?
No,
all right.
I don't. They got Sean Tucker and somebody else from undrafted free agents. Honestly, man, like I think that they're going to start the season off with this group and quickly realize that they're not going to be very good. And why go waste money on somebody that you're not really going to utilize in a valuable fashion? So honestly, I think that they're just going to see what they have in Rashad White. If he shows that he can take a bulk of the load, he's like one of like 5 rookies ever to have 50+ catches in a year or something like that. He's a lot better than we think he is. And honestly, I've been not poo-pooing him. I was all over him last year as one of the last round picks, but he quickly rose up the board a little bit. And, this year, it seems like some of the place, where he's going, there's other guys I like better around him. But the more I kind of look into him, the more I hear about him, I kind of want to be back in on him a little bit. I think the workload's there for him. Even on a team that's going to suck, I still think he can get, majority of the workload. So unless there's an injury that happens, I think that he outperforms his current ADP.
I agree. I think he's going to catch a lot of passes. I think he can surpass the number from last year, especially with underwhelming performance at the quarterback position, which we're anticipating, whether it be Baker, whether it be Trask, or, maybe they make a fruity looty move at QB, go pick up a Carson Wentz if those guys aren't working out. I don't know. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo gets cut and he winds up with them midway through the season. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be crazy if that dude got cut, though? If Garoppolo got cut by Vegas?
That'd
be nuts, dude.
Yeah,
I just feel bad. Like, that's like, come on. Like,
your boy Carson Wentz might actually make himself a starter again. After I've been poo-pooing you all off season long about that, and he might just happen. I
mean, it's not like it's a huge upside play. He's just free. I have drafted him in best ball. I've drafted him in the very last round. I'm drafting like early QB. I just don't care. It was not even May when I was picking him. I haven't picked him in a while, but I just don't care. Like, there's value. Like, he's probably going to start somewhere. I had the same inclination about Mariota, before he was even signed by the Falcons, and he wasn't good. Let's be real. He wasn't very good, but he's still a starter. That's value. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I feel you.
I only need one good week per the right outcome. My other quarterback is, top 3.
Mm-hmm. I'm riding in these new shorts I got for the very first time.
Are they bird dogs?
What are you showing us the Buck step chart for?
Because I was trying to look up. I was about to make a note about Chase Edmonds, but yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why it switched over. That's weird. I'm up to 3 picks.
I wanted to check the golden. I think this Dalmatian 2 is out. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't even see the. I don't think there is the golden out yet. I think it's just I think it was announced, but I don't see it out yet.
No, I was talking with Underdog. They said you're not allowed to play.
Because I'll win. I understand.
You said you're out, son. Oh man, is it gonna happen? I need this pick here. Oh, I should get him. I'm gonna wait one more pick.
I know who it is. I know.
No, who it is. Yeah, I need him though.
Yeah, MG.
Wait, what?
MG. No, Michael Gallup.
Is that short for Chig?
No. Oh, I thought you were going to take Gallup because you have all the other Dallas people.
Nah, I'll be good. I'll take Ferguson later.
Oh, okay. Fergie.
But I'm taking Chig now. Actually, I can't take Ferguson later because he also has a week 7 bye. But I'll still take Chig over that because he should be featured. And if I get into trouble, I can always. Well, no, I can't because they have the same bye week as the Cowboys, so I cannot take Ryan Tannehill. Up in 6 picks.
I think this is definitely going to be a 2-6-8-2 for your boy because again, I went elite quarterback and got 2 tight ends early. I have 2 of what should be the top 10 at those positions on my team. So hopefully they can carry me here. But Running backs are going to be a little iffy here, I think. And again, wide receivers, I'm shooting for the moon here with a couple of these guys.
I'm going to take I'm not going to say it because I'm going to let this person make their pick. They don't have a tight end. If they're watching, I definitely gave it away because I was just doing all that bye week talk. But I'm going to take someone else that I've been liking recently.
I'll say this is definitely not bye week 7 Dalton Schultz for you for sure.
No, it's not. No, it's not Dalton Schultz.
Is it your boy down there, old Cometti?
No, not Cometter. It's Mr. I'll say it now
because Greg Dulcich.
It is Greg Dulcich. What's your problem with Greg Dulcich?
I don't know. There's like a weird feeling in my gut that Albert O can make a resurgence. I just don't want to draft either of them.
Yeah, maybe they're talking them up at camp, so or OTAs, whatever. I don't mind it. I'm getting my shares. I'm getting my exposure
until this guy snipes him.
Yeah, right.
Oh wow,
he did take Schultz.
He did take Schultz.
But I have Jerry Jeudy too. I have a little bit of correlation there. No problem.
That's true. And they play the Chargers week 17, so you need to potentially get some charges.
Yeah, maybe I'll back it up with Gerald Everett or maybe a Josh Palmer. I still like Josh Palmer at ADP or beyond. Everybody hates on him.
Yep.
Oh, Keenan and Mike are going to get their injuries. They're going to get banged up a little bit. If I had if any sports book would allow it, yes or no that they either play all 17 games, both of them, or no. The odds for no would be, not great, but I'd take it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bets, I thought about this earlier and I forgot to mention it, but Darnell Washington, if I can find something on him scoring, if I don't know what the over under would be, probably 3 touchdowns, I would take that over all day long. I think that he's a guy that's just going to be a red zone target for them. I know we're kind of skipping back to where we were earlier, but I'm on the clock here. But I really do think that could be Roschon Johnson. God, stare me in the face again. Kendry, what makes sense here for me to do?
I have any exposure to the Bears?
I don't have Jaylen Warren a ton.
What did I tell you about Jaylen Warren, Andrew?
Yeah, let's go Jaylen Warren here. I know you're
the premonition. Justin, the premonition Bruni.
So anyway, yeah. So Darnell Washington. If I can find that, I think I'm going to take that bet if I can find it somewhere.
Oh yeah,
I was right about Jahan Dotson last year. I said on the preview I did with Sean and Kramer, Washington Commanders preview. I said that I thought that what is happening with my thinking? I don't know why it's doing this. It's
what's going on?
My screen's all wigged out right now. It's asking me to select my time zone.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is hope it doesn't erase my thing here. That would suck.
Well, you know why everybody was so high on Jahan Dotson, right?
There we go. No, I don't. But I was high on him obviously because I'm 1, a Commanders fan, 2, Penn State fan, and 3. He has great hands. Dude carried the ball everywhere with him. Literally, he carried a football everywhere with him. So I was on it last year. I said that I thought that he could potentially be a double-digit touchdown guy. He finished with 7 while missing 5 games, tied for the lead with rookies with Christian Watson, who also missed some time. So those 2 guys, awesome. But yeah, I was all over that. Damn it, somebody took. I really wanted to take Alec Pierce there after we just talked him up. That sucks. I think I'm just gonna take Roschon again.
There you go. There you go. Well, now the real reason why Jahan Dotson was so loved, before the season last year was because he looked damn good in shorts. That's right. And I don't know if you know this, Andrew, but this episode is brought to you by Bird Dog, the big supporter of the podcast. Bird Dogs, they stretch like khaki shorts and they're designed to fit a slimmer through the thigh and leg, giving you a truly sculpted look. Bird Dog shorts, they do the exact same thing as Lululemon, but they fit way better. And they also fit better than regular shorts, clearly. They're made of a stiff, restricting cotton. Bird Dogs, they fix the issue by inventing this cloud knit fabric. It's pretty much what astronauts use. But it looks just like a khaki and it stretches to give you a way slimmer fit, making your sack look huge. It's a good deal. It's a good situation. Bird Dogs use an anti-stink sweat, again, ball protection here, with a wicking fabric that keeps you cool and dry all day long. Jahan Dotson, he rocks the Bird Dogs.
Nice. Bird Dogs sound like a good short. I do a lot of golfing. Sounds like good golf shorts.
Good golfing and running. Good golfing and running if you do a lot of running.
Bird dog. If anybody buys any bird dogs, let us know on the like to get a good review from any of the listeners. So let us know. Hit up Justin or I on Twitter, or come in the chat next time out and let us know that you got some. Love to hear a little bit of a review from one of our listeners. I value their opinions. If they're listening to this show, I say if they're listening to this show, then they have to be some cool people. So
they must be a hero.
Who? They probably are. Oh wait, hold on. We have a thing for that, don't we? Oh, here we go. Let me be your hero.
That's true.
Nice.
Speaking of sweaty balls,
what happened? Your balls drop off?
Mm-hmm. I'm getting a good sweat today. The air is not down. We forgot to turn the air down, so I'm getting a good sweat.
Finally, man. Welcome to the sweat club.
Whatever, man. It's hot outside, and if I don't put the air on down here, then it gets really hot on the first floor. So it's warm outside. It's summer, man. We're in the dog days.
Listen, you're telling me, man. I sweat hardcore all the time.
Hard.
For a guy who only weighs like 160, like 3 pounds, I sweat a lot more than I should. I'm sweating right now pretty hard.
Pretty hard.
So on the board here, we are in round 14. Once you make your pick here, I have a question for you about some of these wide receivers going.
Of course you do. What you got?
So obviously you just made your choice of MVS. Was that something just to build on your current roster, or do you like that guy better than Jalen Reed, Jaden Reed, Jalen Hyatt? I said Jalen Reed. Jalen Hyatt, Jaden Reed, Marvin Mims, Rashid Shaheed, Curtis Samuel, John Mechie, Wan'Dale Robinson, Isaiah Hodgins. Like, you like MVS the best there?
I like his situation the best. I still don't see Kadarius Toney, Rashee Rice, Richie James being a huge threat for touches. Like, yeah, MVS is not going to have a booming season, but he's my wide receiver 7. I only need his boom weeks. So that's all it is. I'm just getting in a good situation. Honestly, Allen Lazard isn't really that big of a difference at my 6th receiver picked. I don't expect him to be a wide receiver 1. Probably get middled if his high end, wide receiver 2, but I only need his big weeks. I need CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson to all be in wide receiver 1 territory and or flirting with it. And I believe those guys can. I only have 3 running backs. So the expectation is that I'm starting a lot of these receivers, and guys like Brandon Cooks, Lazard, MVS, they're in offenses where I feel like they can have, more boomability, if you will, than, the guys that they were going at their current ADP. I don't need them to be week by week starters. I need them to fill in the gaps, which I think that they can do and be my strong flex plays.
Gotcha. So let me ask you a roster question, about your teams. Since you've now done half of your BBM entries, which teams are you tending to like more as far as how many quarterbacks you have? 2 or 3? Have you went any 4s?
2.
Have you done any 1s?
I have not done any 1s. I have not done any 4s. I do 3s with, very late round QBs, and I do 2s with middle and top end QBs. And to be perfectly honest, I have not really dabbled into the double elite QB territory. I've seen people, posting on Twitter, they're Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow teams, they're Joe Burrows and Justin Herberts. And I just don't think that that's the approach in this type of format. I think at the end of the day, you're going to sleep well because you're going to look at that team you just spent $25 on and say, damn, that looks good. That looks good. But I don't think that is the path to, a huge payout. I just think that you're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table with other positions at those ADPs that you will regret come, next, January, February.
Yeah.
But if you go Kenny Pickett, Jordan Love, Ryan Tannehill, that's your 3. Like, that's a good 3. I have no problem with that. But right. I also just have no interest in drafting just Patrick Mahomes and no one else. Like, I'm dropping off a week, and I just think that exposes me to lose my division, my 12-teamer. I won't make the playoffs. I cannot back that thought process.
Okay, so obviously, you said that you like 2 quarterbacks the best. Are you changing your strategy about how you're stacking these? If you have 3 late quarterbacks, are you stacking them less each individual quarterback, or are you still going just as heavy as you would with 2 quarterbacks?
With the stacking, probably just as heavy. And if anything, if I'm doing that approach, I'm opening up myself to more options for late round stack opportunities where I'm not pulling guys ahead of ADP and I'm getting that extra value on the back end. Like a guy like Ryan Tannehill. Like if you're drafting Treylon Burks as your 4th or 5th receiver, maybe even Chig as well, and you just completely fade QB, right now you can get Tannehill with your very last pick. Your very last pick or round 18. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, you shouldn't even be allowed to draft a quarterback in the last round, in my opinion. What's another good example? Desmond Ridder, I've drafted a ton of with in the late rounds. He's definitely in those 3 QB formats. Not afraid to take him in the 2 QB format. I think he still has a little bit more upside than, say, guys like Sam Howell. I know that he does have rushing ability.
Boo you!
I know. Dude, they refuse to give him the reins though. And I think that Sam Howell's the starter. Don't get me wrong, but I cannot stand when coaches do this, where it's a competition. It's competition. It's no one's job yet. Well, Desmond Ridder's got the job. Like, it's his. He's been named the starter. So where I do like Sam Howell, I still think that even guys being drafted after him still have a fair amount of value. Maybe not many, like Ryan Tannehill, Desmond Ridder. I'm not going to say Carson Wentz, but if he gets on a team, it could be. Who else? I mean, Kramer's been taking a shit ton of Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Yes.
That combined with the 80% exposure rate to Dan Jones, like, boss, we got to have a talk, man. Like, we got to sit down. Like, we are here to help you. What do I want to do here?
I just and the reason I ask is I just did a couple of 3 QB builds the other day, and I looked at them, and I'm noticing that I'm not heavy stacking any of those quarterbacks when I have 3 of them. But when I go with 1 elite and 1 lesser guy, I'm really trying to stack one of those quarterbacks pretty heavy. So I don't know if there's any correlation to it or not, or if I'm just subconsciously doing it because I kind of get sniped on some of those other quarterbacks. So I figure I'll just wait and take 3 of them, so I don't really get too many of the stacks, because by the time I decide which quarterbacks I'm taking, kind of already out of majority of the stacking options. So I'm really not sure. I wanted to get your thoughts on that, because that is something that I think is valuable knowledge to know, is how much do you stack these quarterbacks, whether you have 2, 3, 4, whatever you're going with. I also have 2 teams. I've done 1 quarterback. Both times have been just Patrick Mahomes.
Well, if there's a guy to do it with, that's the guy.
Honestly, I'm not even sure that that's correct. I thought about it. I'm like, I should probably have it with one of these quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts, who are going to run the ball more than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but those guys get hurt. I guess in the perfect reality, if you're going to
Mahomes been hurt.
Yeah, true. But how many games did he miss last season? He didn't miss any regular season games.
I don't think so, but remember in the playoffs he had that issue, and then of course
yeah. Oh no, that was
no shots and all that, and yeah. So I get what you're saying, that those other guys are more injury prone, which I definitely agree with.
How hard did your penis get when you heard him say "I'm like that" in that clip?
Yes, I do.
No,
I do.
No, hell no. He said, "Oh my God." Again, they said July 12th. I was like, this is bullshit. This isn't even fair. Why even show me the trailer? What are you even doing? Netflix, piece of shit.
He is him. That is for sure.
Oh no, dude, I am so fucking pumped for that. That's like QB1, but for the pros. I'm so pumped for that show. I may take the day. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if it's a series, if it's 1 episode. Probably take the day off regardless. Oh fuck. Are they going to drop all the episodes at once?
Yeah, man, that's what Netflix does, of course.
Yeah, not always. They do those half and halfers, but yeah, as long as they do that, I'm taking the day off. True. I'm taking as long as it's all there. I'm taking the day off. I'm killing that shit.
I will watch the Patrick Mahomes portion. I could care less about the Marcus Mariota portion, and Kirk Cousins.
Oh, come on. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And I thought the Kirk stuff in the trailer was pretty funny too. When they're talking about, bringing out his personality and all that, it'll be fun. And I love how they set it up. Right? Yeah, exactly. I love
the man who was building himself safe zones during COVID with this little box, like an idiot.
Hey man, it's not as bad as Carson Wentz, who was like, fuck that shit. I can get shots. I can get no shots. Or Aaron Rodgers said, I am immunized.
Yeah. I respect them for doing that. That's all right. They got, everyone has their beliefs, right?
Oh yeah. But I mean, obviously we're going to pick at it.
Like, yeah. I mean, as long as they're not out there like, oh yeah, and like licking everything.
Oh, dude, who was that? Rudy Gobert that did that?
Yeah, Rudy Gobert.
Fucking idiot. Dude, like that did not age well. I think in 24 hours he was pretty much buried under the ground.
That was quite funny.
That's how you end up in Minnesota, Rudy. You fucking idiot.
Also, sneakily, I got Zeke 17 picks after ADP. Not that that's anything special because we don't even know where he's playing yet, but thought that was good value for a team here that I'm doing 0 RB on.
Was this your first draft? Wait, you're talking about taking my third highest exposed running back 15 picks after ADP? Ain't nothing special, son. It's old news.
Hey, I don't have many shares of Zeke as you would imagine.
I know.
But I'll take him when he's 17 picks after ADP on a team that's 0 RB. I'll take that all day.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
I see the surprising quarterback 1 finish of Sam Howell still sitting there. Whew, what a value.
I love it. Oh, I've got my 2 QBs. I'm going with Dak and Derek Carr. Naked Carr.
Different bye weeks?
Yes. Different bye weeks. Yes.
Just checking.
Yeah. Oh, no. If I didn't, then I'd be taking your boy Howell. You wouldn't want that.
Oh, I know. Hey, actually, you said that we're in the share $10,000 with each other if we win big money. So I'm all right with that. I thought about it. If we both max out, I have 300 potential teams to win me $10,000.
There you go. Oh, no. That's a fact. I mean, you went up. Yeah, you double your amount for sure.
That's right. Yeah, figured out. All right. Well,
Profit Bros.
Sounds good to me.
That's the shirts that we're gonna have to make at that point. Profit Bros. Ride or die, baby.
Always.
Literally. Oh man, I'm gonna take a running back with this next pick. I'm thinking I'm gonna get this guy only a few picks after 80. Fucker took Kareem Hunt. I was like, oh, let me get my free agency guy, huh? Let me get my
I mean, you got Pierre Strong there. He's interesting now that James Robinson's gone. That's who that's who I would pick if I were you.
You know what? I will. Good recommendation, sir.
Yeah, just who's left there. He's the only one who has a clear path to a second starting position.
I grabbed a few picks of James Robinson's in the big board, so might as well. Fuck it.
Yeah. Josh Kelly would have been the other guy I recommended to you just because you have Denver stack,
Sure.
Week 17.
Week 17. Big braining it.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, we'll see if he comes. No, I'm probably going to grab a tight end here. I'm going to get my third tight end. Thinking about, I think I can say it out loud. Most of these guys have 2 or 3. I'm going to go with Trey McBride if he's there.
Oh, Trey McBride, motherfucking Mackey Award winner.
Or I'm going to go with Ferguson. Just do it. Stay on brand. Because I have 2 tight ends that have differing bye weeks, so I'll be fine taking Fergie.
Yeah, he might be Fergalicious this year.
Let's hope so. Let's hope the whole offense is.
I honestly don't hope so. I want the Cowboys.
Well, I know you don't as a fan. 17. But we got to leave our fanhood at the door for fantasy, man. I've been saying that a lot recently.
That is true, but you can't tell me that your Bears love don't help you pick Bears a little easier than probably the average Bear.
I do not have a ton of shares of Justin Fields. I'm thinking I'm going to wait for that to hopefully slip some because, man,
they already are though. They're slipping a little bit.
The quarterbacks in general are, but I want I want him to slip a little bit. Like I don't want someone to get hurt, but man, like he's so expensive.
Yes.
Like just as expensive as Lamar Jackson. Like I have to draft him because I just need more exposure on him, period. But at that point, I'm just not typically trying to get into quarterback unless it's, those early guys and then the top 3. And I already have a fair amount of Allen, Mahomes, and Hurts.
Valid one.
All right. My team is complete.
I got 1 pick left. It will be a wide receiver. Currently in my queue, I have Nathaniel Dell, also aka Tank Dell, Terrence Marshall, and then I do have Quez Watkins and Olamide Zaccheaus in here because those are both Philadelphia guys. Not sure either one of them really make an impact this year unless there's an injury. I have an issue with not wanting to take a late stack like this with these guys because like I don't think either one of them really make a difference unless there's an injury. But if there is an injury, maybe it sets me apart. I like Terrence Marshall a lot because I think he can be their one in Carolina. No one really sticks out to me. And of course, I like Tank Dell because I mean he's great. He's building a rapport with Stroud. I always have a tough time with these ones. For now, until something happens, I'm going to just stick with Terrence Marshall.
I broke a mean sweat tonight. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of mad about it.
Hey man, I'm happy for you. Well, you needed to sweat at least once.
That's
like payment to get in the door.
We already did this before, man. We've already done this.
I know.
But again, this floor is fucking hot right now. Like this bottom floor of my house is cooking. It's not normally like this. I'm under the lights. It's already hot outside. I have the air above like 72. Like, damn. I just forgot. That's all it was. All right. I'm going to go through my roster. I've got Dak Prescott, Derek Carr, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, Rashad White, Jeff Wilson, and Pierre Strong. You know, I'd be drafting a lot of Jeff Wilson. CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Alan Lazard, MVS, Wan'Dale Robinson. Haven't really gotten a lot of him. Getting a little bit different in this one. A little connection to Saquon. Chikozia Akanwo, Greg Dulcich, and Jakey Fergalicious Ferguson.
Not bad. Obviously, you stacked up your Dallas guys. You have a naked Carr in here, so that's right on brand with your boy Davis Peng. Outside of that, I mean, no, seriously, he does that a lot too. I like your quarterbacks that you decided to kind of build your team around with Barkley and Harris. I like those guys a lot. I think both of them finished as top 12 guys. I like your wide receivers too. I mean, it kind of it goes downhill a little bit after Deontay Johnson for me. Chris Godwin's still a question mark. I'm not completely sold on him yet, though I do think he's probably the best value out of him and Evans. And then, I mean, you got some good, like I like MVS more than probably the average person does, but so that's not a bad team. I give you a 7.69.
It's not as good as the team I drafted yesterday, but it's pretty good. I like a solid 7 here.
Okay, let me roll through my team. Again, I picked from the 3 position, Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence. Running backs, Dameon Pierce, Elijah Mitchell, Jalen Warren, Roshan Johnson, Zeke, and Ty Chandler. Wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith, Christian Kirk, Jameson Williams, Sky Moore, Jaden Reed, Curtis Samuel, Terrence Marshall. Tight ends, TJ Hawkinson, and Evan Ingram.
Nice.
So, I mean, elite quarterbacks, essentially elite tight ends, essentially, and then kind of filled in everywhere else. Not done this yet, so wanted to see how it turned out once I decided to do it. Not bad. It's okay.
Yeah. No, the running backs, they're not pretty, we'll say. But I like the wide receivers. I like the wide receivers a lot. Take some shots here with some Sky Moore. I like Curtis Samuel at his ADP. And I'll give you your flowers on Terrace Marshall. I think he can do something late in the year. I think it's going to take an injury. Adam Thielen gets hurt, Buddy's going to soar. Buddy's going to buzz. And I'm a big Hawkinson guy, but it's also because I'm getting a lot of JJ, so it's all good. Yeah, good stuff, sir. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Whew, that was number 7, y'all.
Yeah, say the last Underdog Cardio Club draft for us. Actually, I might still do one because we can enter through to it tomorrow. So I might pull one. But if you are a member of Underdog Cardio Club, do not forget that after the 16th, once you are officially in the club, you can still get rake back on your drafts if you are putting them on the form. So make sure that when you're doing these every week, put them on the form so you can get your rake back. They pay it usually the following week, unless something happens. So, and again, like people might say like, oh, it's only the rake. Like, yeah, that's 11% of your drafts or 11% of your entry fee. So if you do a bunch of them, that quickly adds up to some free entries. So just saying, don't knock it till you actually look into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next week, we're back in the chairs. We're sitting down on our butts. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I was having a hard time getting up here as well. What I found out that worked really well was sweatpants because I get a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of a cushion on the butt. That's about it. The the SGPN shorts and bird dogs, they're getting all up on me. They're getting a little too intrusive. But sweatpants, you get a little bit of padding. So I took that as a slight edge here. Probably why I was smoking you and Ginder in the early ones.
Okay, sure.
it's definitely a little more lax these last couple. That's for sure. Wasn't maximum effort, we'll say. All right, awesome. Well, yeah. Anything else to share before we head out?
No, sir. Go cardio. Whoop.
Yep. Come back next week. We'll be back next Tuesday with more best ball goodness. Be sure to drop in for our upcoming shows. We'll have an IDP show coming out tomorrow on YouTube, and me and Emerson will be back in the booth Sunday with some more dynasty conversation in the offseason. Take care. Be well. Be good. And if you can't be good, I don't care. Just be good at it. We'll see you.